Hello, doing a VOD review from Overwatch University. This one, Hollywood Platinum, Masters 4 Lobby. Um, the player played Diva, Sigma, Zarya. They say it's a rough game. They'd love to know how they could approach it differently. Felt like they were locked shooting the enemy tank, especially on attack. Feedback appreciated. Don't worry about being harsh. Cool. I mean, it's a Masters 4 Lobby, so like I'd expect like a decent standard of play. Um, what have we got? Our comp's okay. Um, you've got good synergy, obviously, Nanoblade. Junkrat will put out probably high but unreliable damage. Probably like the main weakness that your comp has got is that you don't have like a main DPS, right? And like Masters is where comps start to matter a bit. Obviously, you can't control what they play, but it probably will be a bit of a weakness for your team overall. But having said that, you've got a Zen who could potentially be your main DPS. Their comp looks fine as well. Um, Similar support duo, Flanky Tracer to get around like the backside, around the Mega Health back and flank you guys that way. And Bastion for like main source of DPS with the Zen. Cool. I think you will potentially have a tough game, and that might be why we hear that you play so many different heroes in this game, because if you get discorded and the Bastion just like starts shredding you, like you and your shield aren't going to last long and you only get like a second of grasp. Cool. Entry rock is good. I think it's a nice poke damage. Cool. I wouldn't have even bothered putting the shield up then, to be honest, because like he's in tank form. That shield just like instantly disappears. So I would just like back around the corner for a second, draw them a little bit closer, and then look at using your grasp if you need to. Good rock. Good follow up. Shield up now. What I would have done there is I would have put the shield up behind the Sigma, and you can I mean sorry your Sigma behind the Ramatra. You all look the same. That way, like you're blocking the heals. If the Kiriko wants to keep healing the Ramatra, they're actually gonna have to like break that shield, and your shield should be at full health. I would think. Oh, that's not you. Yeah, shield at full health. So like you've got a 700 health shield. You know that there's no threat of a shift from Bastion because he's just used it. Um, Cutting off the Ramatra source of heals would be really good there, especially if he's discorded, which hopefully the Zen will do now, and especially if the Ana gets like an anti on him, then like he's in big trouble, right? Kiriko will have to invest Zuzu to cleanse him, and if the shield's in the way, Kiriko will have to also TP Zuzu. So you'll be getting at like multiple cooldowns. I think that would like already make like a big difference in how this fight is going. It's like you put your shield out, but like there's nothing that can really shoot you other than Ramatra, and his nemesis form just ended. So like you're not actually like shielding anything. Again, like the shield back here a few seconds ago would have been great. Even then, like you could just put your shield up and have it like along this line right now. One of Sigma's biggest strengths is the capacity to put your shield pretty much wherever you want it, right? So unlike Reinhardt, it's not like glued to you. Blocking heals on the enemy tank is often like way more significant than deflecting a little bit of damage onto yourself. Cool, especially now that you know that he's purple. That's a really good target to shoot. That's what I was about to say. I hope you try and bounce it off the wall. Obviously, we know now from the replay view he's not there, but if he was, it would have been good. So shield doesn't need to be up right now. It's just taking all that poke damage for nothing. Good rock, good rock. So close. Right. Cool. Bastion chose not to really put the damage into you because obviously he knew that your shift was up, which is good. So here, exactly the same thing that we just spoke about. I would be putting forward the shield between the I keep calling him Sigma, between Ramatra and his supports. Cut him off, and then he's discorded. That's just a free kill at that point if they can't heal him. Looks like Genji is probably gonna kill the Kiriko anyway, but that's definitely like one big thing that you could work on already. Rather than using shields so defensively, like use it to cut off heals. Doesn't really matter for how this fight's going. Genji got a good flank and just wiped them. Going high ground is okay here. It'll be especially good now that they have a Pharah. Obviously you don't know that yet, but hopefully you can make use of that. This is a 12-minute game. I probably can't finish it. I've been super busy since you sent me this replay code. I've only got about 15 minutes free, or another 15 minutes. And given that I paused so much, we'll probably get around to the 8-minute mark, I reckon. Really bad grasp. Not sure why I would use it then. Huge waste of a cooldown. Grasp is one of your most impactful cooldowns. You know, you didn't even like eat anything in the end, and like who cares if the Zenyatta's throwing like a few orbs up at you, right? Like if you need to, you can just do what you're doing now and play behind the pillar. Yeah, unfortunately, like don't want to see you wasting grasp too much. Is your tracer just like a who's this person that's AFK every time I look at them, or is that just the glitch? I think that's just the glitch, isn't it? And it shows them in spawn. Cool, went back to your runner, that's fine. Bit too worried about that tracer. Look, if the tracer comes, the tracer comes. I think like you need to be more focused on the front then. I think that whole sequence of events went poorly. Wasting your grasp and then sort of like falling back this way away from the tracer. Like if you're gonna fall back, honestly, you probably want to do it like this so that you're keeping like some semblance of a front line because during that rotation, look, I'm not exactly sure what happened to Genji. I'm not sure where he died. Where did he die? Where is this? Oh, right there. Okay. I mean, we'll go back a little bit and see, like, realistically, had you have been present, would it have saved Genji? Maybe, maybe not. It would have at least had some fire on them. It would have meant that the Ramacha maybe wouldn't have been able to focus on him. But, like, your rotation through there was just, like, unnecessary. You could have played up here, gone for some poke damage, and then dropped down to point like this. I think that would have been way better. Good rock. Again, we've got like full shield. I don't know why we're grasping. Pretty sure. Yeah, it goes through grasp, doesn't it? The punch goes through grasp. I'm sure it does. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. I mean, you're not really like grasping much there, right? So like we get a good rock off. I'm honestly not sure that we're aiming at him, but whatever, we get him anyway. But like this grasp just makes no sense. At that time, there was not really anything going on, right? Zen was charging, but you've got shield up, so you don't need to be using grasp. And again, like the ideal shield placement is honestly probably just to like block support heals. I know that the Kira goes up high, but you could be blocking that right click from the Zenyatta with like a with a shield instead of wasting your grasp. Yeah, it's just like poor use of cooldown so far is probably the main thing, and not like good use of your shield either. Not good shield placement. You're in a lot of trouble now. Imagine if you had grasp right now because he can't punch you, right? Like you just live this. You live this 100%. Maybe your team doesn't overall win the fight because both of your DPSs just died, but like he wouldn't be able to just mouse one you right now. And it looks like your team just got flanked and that's it. Bummer. Hopefully you don't ult here. No, cool. I think there was a lot that you could have done there. We won't go back and recap it. I think I captured it pretty well there. So points gone. We want to reset to high ground straight away. Now, see, I wouldn't even be mucking around down here. Well, you got a pulse bomb out of them, so that's not too bad. But then your Genji died. I don't know about Genji so far. He made a good play. He fed another time. He might not have committed to that if you weren't down there, and his committal got him killed. Honestly, I think that you would have been better served just going to high ground straight away, rather than like messing around with what's going on down here. Because like nobody else is going down there, right? Like everybody else is resetting to high ground because they know that that's where like you kind of need to be. Um, you can do a decent job as Sigma, getting some poke and stuff from here, and then look at using your ult. You can play from like down here or from over here if that's what you really want to do, so long as like your supports are in range and everybody's like contributing. But like pushing all the way into here doesn't make any sense. Hopefully you're gonna go high ground now. Yeah, you needed to be high ground. That was like a kill or a death that you probably could have avoided if you were high ground. Like the Pharaoh's obviously going to want to go up there and contest your team, and you're kind of not contributing anything because the cart's going to push from where you are. Like there's nothing that you can do to stop the cart, right? And I think that your Anna is probably not going high ground because you're not high ground, and Anna on the low ground is not where you want her to be. So it's just like a positioning issue right now. I would actually be curious to like get your um, like if you can be bothered typing a response to me, like not like in a I have to explain myself way, but just like what is your rationale for playing from down there? Because I can't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But you might have a really good reason. I'm not sure. You're on the high ground now, which is good, but it sucks that we gave up like the preferential high ground because from here the cart kind of gets locked, right? It gets like locked to here, but from here the cart can like comfortably move up to here. So we're just like giving up like 10, 15 meters of cart space. Bummer. Um, so honestly, our team is back now, right? Nobody's dead. Oh, Cass is still walking back. Okay, cool. Probably in about 5 seconds' time, I'd be looking to use our Flux. They're gonna trance, but that's okay because we're gonna have a blade or potentially a nano blade to follow that up, right? Um, so like one of the two of you guys has to get that transcendence out of the enemy Zenyatta. Honestly, your ult is the better one to do it because your ult doesn't like the Ana's not going to nano you for your ult, whereas like if we nano blade and then they transcend and then that's like two ults for one, great value for them, right? I'm getting some good poke there, that's fine. Just go back to normal speed. Poke there. I think dropping there is okay. Yeah, I was about to say dropping there is okay if you're about to use your ult, which you are. Cool. We lift one. Nice, that is the best possible outcome. That's so good for your team. So hopefully you won't even need to invest another ult. If you can rock this Kiriko right now, then I think that'll be it. Oh, we use Transcendence. Bummer. I'm not sure how that got forced. I guess it doesn't matter, we're not reviewing him. This is another opportunity to use your shield to split the team. So you know that the Tracer is there, the Kiriko is here. I would actually have deployed my shield like horizontally along here, right? That's one, going to allow you to do some shield dancing right now. And it's two, potentially going to cut off some damage and some heals. And it's going to give like, because your Zenyatta's trance is going to wear off in what, like 2 seconds, 3 seconds? 3 seconds, yeah. So like it'll give your Zenyatta something to play around as well because he's obviously run all the way up here to heal you, and then he's probably going to have to run all the way back here. He could potentially like play from over here, and with you shield dancing, it'd probably be a lot safer for him. Yeah. I don't understand the grasp there either. There's not really any damage coming at you, right? Team dies, that's not unexpected given that they did rush and annihilation. If you can lock down that kill, that would be good. Let's actually go back and have a look at your shield dancing now. So shield goes out, we'll watch it slightly slower. It's not really shield dancing. So I think that you potentially could have locked down this kill on the Zen, one with better aim, because obviously you missed, but also you could have lived slightly longer, because you sort of like walked all the way over to here and then back through the shield again. Like, good shield dancing is just like this, right? You just like in and out of the shield to like block like alternate sides of damage as much as possible. Killing the Zen would have been really good here, because obviously he's slow to walk back, so like your whole team would be able to reset before he can get back. D.Va now. I'm guessing D.Va was just to get back to the point faster because there's not really anything in their composition that like merits a D.Va. Sig was especially giving like going into the point that you're going into. If the rationale was just to get back to the point faster, then cool, yeah, D.Va's a good pick. But otherwise, everything in this comp and the current like situation favors Sigma, especially since you're going into like less high ground, more flat paths and that sort of thing. Yeah, we didn't touch anyway. Honestly, I think that you coming back on Sigma and then Genji contesting with Nanoblade would have been the play. Like, if there's any chance that you're in comms with any of these people, that actually would have been better. Because we C9 anyway. At least we get a nice, I guess, like a nice little tempo reset. Like, shit, we lost the point, but we won a team fight for the first time in a few minutes. So, like, that's okay. I think staying here just to, like, facilitate your Genji getting some poke is good. They're on Zarya now. Makes it tough for you, of course. Yeah, I don't really have any feedback about that duel. It's like, cool. I mean, somebody has to contest the Tracer, right? You're just eating shit right now, though. Cool. Yeah, going for the Zen is the right play. I would have just stayed on the Zen rather than turn around. Like it, your team's in Kitsune Rush as well, so they move faster, right? And like that wasn't like a good position for a high noon. I wouldn't have like turned around to deal with that. I would have just stayed on this Zen. If your team dies to the high noon, honestly, I think that that's on them. You know what I mean? Like there's ample cover, but it looks like you'll probably get a kill here anyway. Keep going on the supports. Forget the Zarya. You know that Kyrie had like no health. So if she's not here, then she must have been with the Zen. So I would have been like staying on those supports the whole time actually, because you didn't really do much to get the Kyrie low anyway. Think about it, like if you just stayed on the Zen, then you probably would have actually not quite killed the Zen in time. So the Kiriko would have TP'd to a low health Zen, which you would have then finished off and then finished off the Kiriko. Going back on the Zarya doesn't make sense here. Oh, you kill her, it's okay. I still think it would have been more valuable to kill both supports. But anyway. Positioning's okay. Why did you burn so much defense matrix then? What was the threat? I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know, you just like burnt pretty much all of your DM and there was like nothing being shot at you or your team, right? Um, Genji's dead, bummer. You need to just back here, and I assume that your team is trying to back as well. Your team's pretty. Whoa, your Ana is so far forward. It'll be tough for you to back because if you go too far back, then your whole team dies. But honestly, this is 100% gonna result in your team getting wiped right now. You guys are a bit too like aggressive, like your back line, and ultimately you are like running into a Zarya, and now a Symmetra as well. So I assume that you'll swap very soon. Realistically, again, like Sigma would be the best pick here. Good eat, very good eat. Oh, cool. Didn't get wiped. I thought it was looking bad for you guys, but the eat plus the tire kill is pretty good. That was like good DM because you're not really sure what's going to chase you and stuff, right? So that made sense to me. You are. I see what you mean about feeling like you're hard locked into shooting the tank, but like I don't think that you are. I genuinely think that you could just be shooting the Zenyatta that whole time, even though you're going to suffer a little bit of spread and fall off damage. Like you're probably not going to kill that Zarya, and she is like cracked as the charge right now. She's got to be like 70 to 85, right? What is she? Why can't I see? Wait, she's not. Oh, my bad. Maybe it's the skin. I thought she was glowing, but apparently she's not glowing. Um, cool, sweet. Yeah, go on the Zen. Nice. Forcing trance is perfect. That's an ideal outcome. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, nice. I probably wouldn't have popped myself destruct there because you still had like over 400 health in your mech, but now you only have 150 health. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's sort of like your Genji is gonna have to be the one that touches or your Kiriko. Um, I'm not sure that that's going to happen. But yeah, I wouldn't have self-destructed then. I would have kept DMing because like 400 health is a lot more than 150 health, right? Maybe your rationale is if you pop a self-destruct, the Zarya will stop shooting you. But I mean, there's two forms of cover right next to her. She just has to sidestep for like half of a second. Oh, you didn't die. You definitely should have died then. 100%. I'm so surprised that they didn't manage to kill you. Surely the mech wasn't body blocking that perfectly. But yeah, this is fun. Um, Good try. You had a couple like decent moments on Diva there, like forcing the transcendence, defense matrixing the retreat, that sort of thing, and eating the pulse bomb was really critical as well. But like overall, it was a tough pick against that. Staying on Sig probably would have been the better way to go. Um, but anyway, that's how tank play be at the higher ranks. It's like rock paper scissors so much of the time. So like Zarya kind of stomped us a little bit last game. I'm assuming that one failed push on Diva here is going to result in you swapping. Otherwise, to be honest, we're not really achieving anything right now. Um, we're just kind of like the Zarya is getting a much better like ult charge than what we're getting, right? We're definitely not going to kill the Zarya currently. Um, I would actually honestly prefer to see you either just go back and swap or um, to actually like honestly like go for like a soft dive where you like fly in and maybe like go around here. That's a pretty risky play, but you have oh your Genji just died actually. I was gonna say you do have a Genji that can potentially follow up and that sort of thing. Um, Now that I realize that your Genji's dead, I probably wouldn't do that. But ultimately, like pushing in here, you're not gonna achieve anything. I assume that you're getting team mech'd. Yeah, so we just gave like a ton of ult charge. Um, we probably just want to die here potentially. Unless Hanzo keeps getting picks like that. Alright, Hanzo's popping off. Sweet, we get our mech back. Alright, straight away, we're just flying above that Zarya's head. We don't care about that Zarya. We might... Shit, what happened? We might get coach gunned by the Ashe. But if we get coach gunned, that's okay. Oh, it's glitching so hard. We can just like fly to the left or something, you know? Good try to eat. Yeah, so just like walking in like that is really like no good. Because you just take so much damage and that Zarya is like so close to a grab now. This is like the better play from the start, yeah. Forget the Zarya, go for the squishies, come back to the Zarya once one or two squishies are dead. Go on to Zen, fly up there, yep, cool. Right decision, slightly slow. Summer. It was a tall order to try and eat that one, I think, just from the range and stuff. Um, yeah, bummer. It looked like you actually tried to react to it then. Maybe just slightly too slow. Skip ahead. Obviously we come back as Zarya here. Yep. Bubble management already not looking great. So I don't know why we bubble here. Um, like obviously you're bubbling to get charge, but it didn't work out. And it didn't work out because it's just like the most obvious like bubble for charge ever. Like anybody like diamond and above is just gonna stop shooting you there because you don't have enough charge to be a threat that they want to kill you, and you're not already hurt. So that because you're not already hurt, they know that like there's no incentive to shoot your bubble, right? In this case, what I would actually be doing is I would be probably not so far forward. I'd be just slightly back here, and I'd actually just be like right-clicking the back line, actually taking a bit of damage to like build our support ults because we have no support ults. Right-clicking the back line just to like land, the 25 damage hits onto these guys, whatever. Build a bit of ult charge, and then when your health starts getting low, that's when you could actually do that slightly aggressive play where you walk forward just up to here, pop the bubble, and then there's a much better chance of them shooting you because they know that your health is low. And you're realistically probably not going to die and get punished for that because you've got like two healers here. But like that bubble got you a whopping 13 energy, which is like already decayed, right? This one was a lot better. I'm actually not too sure what hit you then though. Who was shooting you? Was it Zen's right click? I actually genuinely can't tell. But anyway, that was a better bubble. No, it's not Zen's right click. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Maybe it was just a Zarya. I wouldn't be messing with the Tracer too much there. You're probably not going to have much luck and she'll just be able to blink out of your range, right? Good kills. We're pretty cracked right now, so we just, yeah, like beaming the Zarya is probably a good play once the bubble ends. Or going to the back line is great. Alright, you need to disengage that. If you play in that, you die. Nah, bummer. Yeah, we did a good job building bubble charge there, but we didn't have bubbles for when we were, like energy charge there, but we didn't have bubbles for when we actually like needed them. So honestly, it probably would have been better to just like slow down your bubble usage slightly, I think. Um, Once you start getting high charge, like you're now like a high threat target, like they want to kill you. So try not to use all your bubbles to get to like that 80 charge mark. It's honestly fine to be like 60 charge and have like a bubble in reserve for when you need it, because when you start getting focused, that's when you'll pop it. In that situation, rather than waiting for the Zarya's bubble to come off, just do a right click into the back line, do something. Otherwise, you just got like downtime, right? It is kind of tough here. Like obviously the Zarya is bullying you. She's high charge, you're not. If you try and walk past her into the back line, it's going to be tough. Um, I would actually probably still be looking at, I don't know, would I play Sig into this? Maybe. I know that in your post you said that you like playing Reinhardt, like Reinhardt would have been good. But you are just kind of getting bullied here, and what you really need is honestly to just go over this Zarya and the Sim turret. So like if you play Monkey or Wrecking Ball or something, that was probably like a good choice play. Otherwise, like bubble management on Zarya isn't great. Would like to see you just like right clicking the backline a little bit more. But yeah, your team's just kind of gotten bullied out of this one. They're obviously going to grab you in a second. Cool, I like that. I like that play to go for the back line. But ultimately your team's comp is just not square up against theirs. Like the Genji just gets like beamed by both Zarya and Symmetra every time, right? Cool. Oh man, that sucks. If you actually weren't out of ammo then, um, bummer. Yeah, that sucks, but it is what it is. Um, that was always going to be tough to win that fight. Um, yeah, I don't know if I was that much help for the Zarya play. Like it was just like getting Zarya diffed. I think bubble management was an opportunity. Overall, though, I think the Sig play is probably what might be the most helpful in this review. So I would definitely work on the cooldown management, like not wasting grass for nothing. Shielding off the enemy tank from heals is such a like power play move. And also just like shielding, like if you can hear like a Zen is right click charging you, put the shield out rather than grasping. Like a good Zen, like I play a lot of Zen. I'm Masters. Well, I don't play a lot of Zen, but I play a bit of Zen. I think I'm Masters, Grandmasters 2 or 3 right now. If I like am right clicking a Sig, and then he grasps, I'm obviously just gonna like throw my aim off, even if I like throw my orbs into the sky because there's nothing else there, right? So like any good um, Zenyatta, that's the word I was looking for, is just gonna like not shoot you. So just put the shield out, and then save your grasp for something more impactful. The grasp would have saved you from the Ramattra left click beaming you. And obviously, like taking high ground in this situation would have been like way more impactful. If your team was up here, like if you were up here and that fire came up, you can chuck a quick shield out to deflect, like 1 second's worth of the barrage, which would have been enough because your Cass only just barely died before your Zen killed the fire, right? Um, Obviously, sucking it with your grasp could have been good as well. And then yeah, it was sort of just like the wrong tank choice after that. Um, your Genji could have contested, and then running the Diva into that Zarya and the Symmetra was pretty tough, right? Hopefully this helps. I think if you send me another VOD where you play like predominantly Sigma, or if you play Diva into like not a really tough comp like Symmetra and Zarya, I'd be happy to review those as well for you if you like. Hopefully this helps. Good luck.